do we grow out of gaming?
Yep.
I used to say no. I used to say that definitely isn't the case.
And then it happened.
And then it started to happen. I'm definitely not, I haven't grown out of gaming, per se.
Not entirely, but you have grown out of gaming.
But I
To a
have,
degree.
at the same time, there are definitely moments where, I have some free time, and I'm like, oh, I could play a game. The issue for me is, like, what do I want to play? And, like, the issue there is attention span is not what it used to be, because I look at, my shelves of games, and I look at all the options that I have, and I'm like, I don't even know where to start. Like,
Well,
do I go with the old classic, or do I start something that I haven't played, or what do I do?
I think that's just an articulation of the way that your ADHD has shifted because you used to be able to hyper-focus on one thing for like 3 days at a time, and now it's like, shit, I can't focus on one game for longer than 30 seconds.
Yeah, like if it doesn't
plus
capture me in like fairly quick,
like,
then it's like, all right, I'm just going to move on to something
We're going to
else.
do a deep dive psychologically here.
Oh, boy.
When you were younger, did you have this many games?
No.
So what makes you think that having this many games isn't why you can't pick one? Is it because of the collection that you've created the problem?
I could see the argument on that it is, but I also...
Let me take most of them with me, and then you have like 5 to pick from, and we'll see if it's still a problem.
But, I mean, a lot of these...
That was a hard pass.
I'd say, like, 50... I'd say maybe 35% of the games that are over there are games that I've played at some point in my life, whether it was when I was a kid, when I was a teen, or, in my early adulthood, that I have fond memories of, that part of collecting is, like, getting those games that you played when you were younger, you have nostalgia for, etc., and, you have those to play at any given moment.
Hold the hell on.
What?
You have an expansion pack for your N64?
Yes.
Like the red one that goes in the front?
Yes.
The hell?
Yeah, how did you not know this?
You never told me.
Why did you need to know?
So I could borrow it in Donkey Kong 64.
You can buy one.
I don't...
Or, here's a better idea. You can come over here one night and we can stream and play a game.
This game pisses me off. That's a great idea. I would love to do that. Maybe you should invite me one day.
I mean, it is in the plans.
You know what I got invited over for? Moving entertainment centers.
No, you got invited over for a cookout and fireworks watching.
I did. That was great until that house was in the way.
All we had to do was step over a little bit.
We should have moved the house.
But I do find myself kind of like growing out of game. I mean, I'm sure when my kids are a little bit older and they start to either show an interest in playing some of the games down here and playing them with me, or just being like, nah, dude, I ain't playing your video games. I ain't no nerd.
You want me to tell you what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to call it now, and we can decide if I'm right when it happens.
Oh, boy.
When your kids figure out video games on their own, you're going to realize that will occupy them and give you freedom to do the other shit that you want to do.
I'd like to share, like,
you
playing
will.
games with my kids.
Yeah, like, you will play with them. You will play the games with them. Maybe not every game they play. Like, my daughter plays Splatoon 2. Hell no. I'm not interested. No, thank you. Like, if she really wants me to play, I'll, weather through it. Yeah. But, when she, like, plays video games, unless it's, like, I think Overcooked is probably the one that we play together the most.
Yeah.
Unless it's something like that, she or Fortnite. Sometimes we play Fortnite together. I get waxed. So there's that. But those are like the only two games that we really play together. You know, most of the time she'll like play Fortnite on her own or Splatoon or any of the other games on the Switch, and I'm just like,
have you tried to so here's something that me and the wife have been talking about. She sent me a thing, I think it was last night.
You guys are talking again?
Yeah.
Well,
she sent me a thing that was like, this was peak at your childhood, and it was like going to get popcorn at Blockbuster, renting a movie, and like maybe renting a game, and then bringing it home and making the popcorn and watching the movie. And she's like, it sucks that our kids aren't going to have that. And I said, yes, they are. They have a basement that's full of movies over there and has games over here. What we can do is like tell them, hey, let's go pick a movie. You can go pick any movie in the basement, and we can watch, you know, put it in, and we can watch the movie. And then with the game, you can, you know, pick a game, and then we can sit down and we can play the game. Like, make it an experience for them. And, you know, we can get popcorn and make it and do the whole thing. So it's like, you know, you still have that to a degree, and you can, you know, go as deep as you want into like making it an experience and this and that.
I'm just going to put this out there. I've looked through that rack of movies, and you're going to be waiting a while until we get to her age being able to watch any of that.
I've got a good mix.
But no, yeah, like we've done that. Like, so my daughter and I have the N64 in my living room still.
Yeah.
Still can't find GoldenEye to save my life, which is like probably a good thing, because the way she gets angry at Mario Kart, if we were in GoldenEye, that's going to be like flip-flop from Fortnite, where I'm just like, oh, you like a grenade launcher. And it's just like, Dad! Not my fault, you suck. Get better.
Yeah, I
would never actually say that. But
I would.
I know you would.
Yeah, and then like another thing about having like a game collection and stuff is, you know, having, you know, some friends over and just kind of sitting down and playing the games. But you are pretty much the only friend that I have that actually shows up at any point. So
he doesn't do that. I'm his only friend.
Pretty much.
And Keith, on a good day.
We'll see if he watches this.
No.
Yeah, like, which is something that I do want to start kind of like trying to do a little more often is, you know, have you over one night after everybody goes to bed, and we can, you know, sit down, maybe we can pop the game in a stream and...
Yo, you said after everybody goes to bed, and I'm like, where's this going? Where's this going?
It's a little secret.
We're going to be calling you Sketch soon.
Yeah, we can sit down and just kind of like play a game. We could, you know, stream it or whatever and see if anybody cares and wants to have a little fun.